Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So today's video is going to be a review of the new The Ordinary concealer. I did a video a few videos ago for the Serum foundation, which if you haven't watched, go and watch. I've been using that foundation pretty much every single day since I bought it. So when I got informed that this concealer existed, I wanted to review it. So that is what I'm going to do for you today. I've already got the Serum foundation on my face. I use shade 1.2N. I'm going to get straight into it really. This is very, very small, super, super tiny, and I can hear it's very rattly, so I don't have hope for this being very big. Okay, so it's a little teeny weeny squeezy concealer. I bought this off Beauty Bay. I think I paid £4.95. My ideal under eye shade was sold out, so that was out of stock, and then 1.2N, which would be kind of like my skin blemish colour, that was sold out as well. So I just went for the shade 1NS, which is neutral with silver highlights, so it's going to be a bit of like a cooler toned neutral. It is listed as very fair, which should be okay for under my eyes. So much like with the foundations, they have like a ton of different undertones. The shade range seems really good. So they have kind of just like the standard neutral. For this they have neutral silver, as this one is. They have like cooler tones. I think they have pink cool toned, yellow neutral. They have like a load of different combinations, so you can really find a colour that works for you. When you open it, it is like a little squeezy thing. So this seems very similar to the Revolution one actually. This is a full coverage concealer as well. So maybe I'll do a little swatch comparison. So if I just squeeze it out onto my hand, it is very light. It definitely looks like a thick consistency. So the Ordinary one is here. They're both shade 1s. It's a lot lighter, a lot brighter. It feels very thin and creamy, which is quite nice, whereas to compare it to the Revolution one, that is very thick and heavy feeling, even just a swatch. But this feels very, very lightweight and very creamy, which is quite nice. That's blending really easily as well. Okay, so that seems like quite a nice concealer for first impression. So what I'm going to do is I've just cleaned off my hand. I'm going to put a tiny bit on and just go under my eyes with a little brush. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and just like bounce it into the product, and then put this underneath my eyes. So I'll zoom in a little. So I'm just going to take this under my eye and just really gently work that in at the darkest point, which is just at the start. So this is definitely a lot lighter than the foundation. You can see that it's kind of instantly brightening, which I think isn't a bad thing. It's just definitely a little bit too light for this particular foundation colour. But the coverage on that is really, really nice. Look at that. The coverage is really good. And that is blended in so easily. Let's do the other eye. Take it from the outside this time and just see. Just see how well a lighter wash does. So I haven't gone quite as heavy on this side. There's still the tiniest bit of purple peeking through. But this side is basically all gone. You can just kind of see the shape of like the dips in my skin. That's really good. So I'm going to take the excess that's on my brush and just try and cover this and see. Oh my gosh. So it's the wrong colour. Wow, that is really good. So I'm wearing like the really, really sheer light foundation, but this concealer hasn't made the foundation look too thick so that you still kind of see your natural skin through it, but It's covered everything so well. Oh my gosh. So let me just set my foundation. I'm going to take the KVD Lock-It powder and just set under my eye. I'm just going to use the viewfinder for this, so you'll have to excuse me. So now that it's set and the shine's been taken away, you can see kind of the colour a bit better. This eye, definitely, you can still see my dark circles coming through, but I went in with a lighter hand on this one. It's kind of common sense, going in with a less product, lighter hand, you're not going to get as much coverage, but it still looks really nice, and this actually looks as good as my usual under eye concealer looks. Now this one that is heavier, I went with a heavier hand, more product. This has covered everything a lot better. Still looks like skin. It doesn't look cakey. Now that could be down to the method of application with the brush. However, I'm not really a fan of sponges, so I didn't want to go in with a sponge and then kind of skew the results for me. That is really good. I'm very impressed with that. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin here where I've broken out again because masks, yay. And do the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back and I'll show you how it sits with everything else on top. Hello again. So it's been about 2 hours, I think, since I put the concealer on. I was going to check looking as soon as I put the rest of my makeup on, but my camera battery was going, so I thought I'd just leave it a little bit longer, plug in, and then come back. So we'll have a look. Okay, so this looks absolutely no different from when I applied it, which is obviously a really good thing. Doesn't look cakey, doesn't look thick. I also put it on my chin, and you can you can't see any of the colour of the little breakouts I have going on. So I'm going to wrap this video up here, I think, just because there isn't really much more I can add. I really like how it looks, it feels comfortable, it isn't making my skin look dry because I do have dry skin. I'm going to put a little note on the screen if I have found that in the next few hours something changes and I have a little bit of a different opinion, if it starts to break up. But I am very pleased with this. For a £5 concealer, I think it is really good. A lot of colours are already sold out, so keep your eye on it and definitely grab this when it is in your colour. I think even for spots it's really good, so if you can only get your actual skin colour rather than your under eye brightening colour, then grab it because this is so good. A little bit goes a really long way as well because it's a very, very thin, creamy, spreadable consistency. It almost melts into your skin when you're using it with your fingers. Overall, I recommend this. Go out and buy it if you can. It's really, really nice. That is all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you are interested, just a little note, in my lip product, I am also filming at the same time as this a testing of these new NYX TikTok lip things that kind of went viral. So if you're interested in watching that, that should be up on my channel in the next few days, week, so please do subscribe and keep your eye out for that. You can turn post notifications on. I hear other people saying that, so turn post notifications on if you are interested in seeing more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!